always worked hard, but without direction. This work lost its meaning and made it hard to get out of bed in the morning. It wasn't until this past year that I learned what a good work ethic actually is, and how work ethic and personal responsibility are integral to not just your career, but your relationships and self-development. There are ways to live your life in a meaningful and impactful way. To me, work ethic is perseverance and diligence in the face of all odds. It involves assessing the situation to break down and determine shorter-term goals to ensure that tasks are done. This helps with developing a lifestyle of positivity, to better frame situations and self-motivate. It also involves taking action to further personal and professional goals and working with meaning. To me, personal responsibility means my actions have consequences that I should be held accountable for. It involves not shifting the blame or taking ownership of someone else's successes. Everyone makes mistakes. We just have to own up to them and learn from them to grow. I've always thought that I'd embodied the traits of working hard and accepting responsibility. In a surface-level way, I did. I worked my shifts, I did my homework, and put in my time. I volunteered for overtime for optional events and realized that crying over circumstances out of my control never led to a solution. I thought this is what working hard meant. I lived my life this way for 27 years until I reconnected and grew close to my dear friend Marichelle. She challenged my ways of thinking and gave me a foundation and the motivation to start a journey of self-discovery and improvement. Over the past year, I've changed my job, started taking the voice lessons, and going to therapy to further understand myself. I've taken on a second job and finally decided on a career path. I've changed my outlook on life, started caring about the way I look and the way I feel, started to advocate for myself. This didn't all happen at once and it wasn't all successes. I put out applications and went through 2 different therapists. I felt hopeless, depressed, and like I wasn't meant to be happy. But I persevered. I took things one step at a time and delighted in my successes. I took failure as another obstacle and kept pushing forward. I spent less time thinking and more time doing. I had goals to work towards. I learned that there's always work to be done, but that isn't a sign of hopelessness. It's a challenge, and the part of life that allows us to thrive and succeed. Part of this mindset change was learning that I have the capacity to change my station in life. It was nobody's fault I was unhappy in my job except mine. I could blame the job market or my lack of apparent ambition, but those were excuses. Until I took responsibility for my situation, I felt like a helpless victim and I played the part. By accepting my part in creating the life I live, I was able to stop treading water in circles and finally break free of my passive approach to life. My story hasn't been all successes, and I've messed up and had lazy days, but I know that no one's to blame but myself. I learn from it and move on to keep growing. I've learned that I can't control anyone or anything but myself. I can control my reactions and take the consequence of poor reactions. These are 2 aspects that have led me on a new path in life, a path where I seek out the happiness and fulfillment I deserve, and I put forth the effort required and don't blame others when things go wrong. I know there are more lessons to learn and more challenges that will come, and I know I'll overcome them and continue to grow into the person I want to be. I'm capable and deserving of great things, but only if I work hard to achieve them and take responsibility when I mess up.